Hey, everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. Yes, look who's joining us once again. In just a second, the incomparable John Davidson, live on location at his fantastic Club Sandwich in Sandwich, New Hampshire, there in the White Mountains region. Beautiful place, legendary television and game show host, singer, songwriter, actor, comedian, entertainer extraordinaire. I had an opportunity to actually go and visit his fantastic Club Sandwich last summer. Absolutely spectacular. You know, his performances in the major showrooms of Las Vegas and more have established him as one of America's foremost entertainers. But of course, you got to see him live, and you can see him live at Club Sandwich and other fantastic guests and artists as well. You, of course, know him from so many great television shows and all the fantastic music over the years as well. Countless albums, lots of hours of music. And I'm sure you guys, if you are tried and true fans, you probably have every single album of just the few we're showing. Of course, star of stage, television, screen, Broadway, and everything in between. Hollywood Squares as well. Of course, you know him hosting that. That's incredible. Yes. That was another fantastic one, and so much more. Hey, do you remember Time Machine? Absolutely. All of these are just real snippets of the incomparable, incredible career of truly an American legend. He has really mastered everything. Good to see you. I'm Jim Masters. Speaking of mastered, he has mastered everything that has come his way. We're talking about John Davidson, again, from acting to singing, songwriting, comedy, as well as creating his own fabulous, intimate, magical venue in New Hampshire, which is called Club Sandwich. And as I mentioned, we had an opportunity to visit it last year. This is season number 2 for John Davidson's Club Sandwich. We're very excited about it. I could tell you personally, it is a spectacular place. It's a must visit. The level of entertainment is terrific. Lots of fun, lots of laughs, lots of memories as well. It's in a beautiful location, the Lakes region of New Hampshire. There's a wonderful restaurant we ate at right next door. And there's some shots that I took while I was there. John is actually on location at Club Sandwich. He's set it all up for us. He's going to take us on an exclusive tour. There is the outside. It's really beautiful. I tell you, it really is. And here's some more shots as well. There's when I was there last year. We were there actually 4th of July weekend. We saw John perform and then met with a lot of others. There were a couple of television colleagues and friends there as well. It was really amazing. And then, of course, we went to climb, as I mentioned, Mount Washington, and we went to the top. And there's John and I. He is, again, so affable. He's funny. He's warm. He's welcoming. When you go to Club Sandwich, I want to tell you personally, from my own words, it's like going to his house. He opens up the door. There he is. The performances are spectacular. He tells magical and fun stories, lots of jokes. Sometimes he even comes in on a swing. Again, really fantastic. And we're going to tell you, of course, how you can partake, how you can find out about not only going to visit him at Club Sandwich and the other entertainers, but also they're doing live streaming too. So if you aren't able to go to New Hampshire, even though I would say it's worth the visit, because it's a beautiful place, you can go sightseeing and do a lot of cool things. You can actually see live streams of the shows, which is really, really fantastic. So again, we are honored to have him here on the show. I know there's a lot of folks that are commenting right now. We welcome all of our Lovity Squad viewers watching from all around the world. If you'd like to comment in our JMS Live chat room, we invite you to do that right now. All you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. That's the channel you're watching right now. Click that red subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you never miss any of our fantastic episodes, like Tony Orlando last night, or Melissa Manchester a couple of nights ago, or Lucy Arnez the other day as well. You can see them all on our YouTube channel. So do subscribe if you would like to let us know how much you enjoy our series. And also, it allows you to comment right now in our Jim Masters Show JMS Live chat room. And we have lots of comments here. I know you're all excited. This is John's second visit to the show. So I really think it's cool. So I owe him now a visit because he came first on our show. Then we went up to New Hampshire. Now he's back on the show. So we're going to have to go back up to New Hampshire. That's the way it works. Good to see everybody. Again, if you'd like to comment live in the JMS chat room, all you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's exclusive for our subscribers. We hope you guys are having a good day. If you're not having a good day, well, stay right here. John's going to entertain you. We've got lots of great conversation and so much more coming up. We are going to take you right now to a very, very sweet spot in New England. It is Club Sandwich in beautiful Central Sandwich, New Hampshire, with a one and only John Davidson, and there he is. John, welcome.
I'm very far away from the camera. Should I get up closer?
Well, first tell us about what we're seeing. That's a beautiful stage.
Well, can you hear me well enough?
Yes, we hear you just fine, John.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have my microphone on or anything. Hi, everybody. This is a dream come true for me. This is my little showroom. It's a barn. You can see you can still smell the horses and the cows and the sheep. We try to get rid of that, but I'm doing 3 shows a week, and then I have guest artists on Thursday night. We have 44 seats. I'm gonna take the camera off the thing and go around and show you all the doodads. But I walk down those stairs from my dressing room upstairs, and I say, well, I bet you're probably wondering what I'm gonna do tonight. Yeah, fellow has to holler, but he's doing all right. See, I finally busted out. Yeah, I busted out. I was trapped in your TV. Now I'm here to tell you what you're doing to me. Drive me crazy. Yeah, without what we say. You're nothing but up, and I don't even know your name. I know you don't expect to hear a medley of my hits. I don't have hits like Tony Orlando and all those big singers that hit records. I'm just a live out here. I'm just glad to see you. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. Hey.
Fantastic, my friend. So how have you been since we chatted last? You went off to Mexico on your beautiful boat. The photos, everything looked like you were having a magical time.
Well, Jim, I was going to say I think I did invite you down there, but because of COVID, I had to cancel all my invitations to come join me in Mexico. Yeah. But yeah, I was there for 6. I wrote a lot of new songs. I got so many new songs for the show this year. I'll sing you one of my new songs later. But yeah, on my boat, my son John Jr. Lives with his Mexican American family in La Paz, Baja. So wow. I could cruise on the boat, and John is a boater as well. I've got lots of friends there that come out on the boat with me. And I wrote a song about my boat is called Cantante, which means singer. And just wrote a bunch of material. Got very tan. Probably got too much sun, I think. But it's kind of gone away. But all the time I was dreaming about coming back to Sandwich, New Hampshire. I speaking about friends, maybe it's because I'm not traveling as much usually. I've got more friends here than I've had in any other town that I've had. It's just very friendly people, and people that are very supportive of Club Sandwich. Last year, every one of my shows was sold out.
I know.
Now you got to realize I'm not playing the Wang in Boston. It holds like 10,000 people. So to sell that out, I mean, you can have 3,500 people there and still not be sold out. But at 44 seats, I'm sold out. If the venue is small enough, you can be sold out. That's my theory. But so all those shows were sold. Now our first weekend totally sold out. We opened the 24th of June. Mm-hmm. So June, the first weekend, Friday, Saturday, and we have new Sunday matinees. I decided to do a matinee on Sunday every week until October 2nd, because a lot of people say they don't like to drive at night, and I can understand that. And so I'm doing a Sunday matinee, and at 2 o'clock on Sunday, but the other shows are 7. I'm looking forward to a great season again, and I hope you will come back with your show business friends. You know, so many famous people. But this is the showroom. Can I take the camera off the pedestal?
Yes, we would love a
show you?
tour. Absolutely.
My-
Absolutely. Here's an
my-
exclusive tour with the one and only John Davidson.
I'm going to take the guitar off. Okay, I'm going to put the guitar right here. First of all, I'm wearing a white outfit this year. Now, you know, Johnny Cash wore black. I figured I'm a good guy.
Yes.
Not really, but people think I'm a good guy.
But they think you're a good guy.
So, a lady said to me, "You look like the Good Humor Man." I said, "You want a popsicle?" No, I didn't say that. So
I'll take a toasted almond.
So this is the showroom. All the seats. Okay, can you show them the seats? All the seats are couches and love seats and sofas, and everything's overstuffed. They're from Goodwill, to be honest. Did you see this? No, they're very clean, but they're used, and so people are sitting in these kind of chairs. And Connor White is my technical director. I've got 2 follow spots, and all these lights, they rotate and they change, and I've got some special effects. If I want to do the Lawrence Welk medley, I sing a lot of Lawrence Welk songs, and I'm kidding. I don't do any Lawrence Welk songs. That's a silly joke. I hope you're laughing. When I go back to songs from the 50s, I said, let's go back. And they know that it's a dream sequence because of that, you see. I sing a Spanish song called Reloj. I sing it to a cuckoo clock. Reloj, no marques las horas. It's about a guy talking to a clock saying, stop counting time because she's leaving in the morning. So, special effects. These are some of my guitar. I have a guitar collection. These I've collected in Mexico. These are hand painted. Over here's a picture that my dad did of me. This is my Las Vegas picture when I was playing the Elvis showroom at the Hilton, and my dad did that. He was an amateur painter, but yeah, looks like Glenn Campbell, doesn't it? I'm kidding. So over here,
I was going to say Bobby Goldsboro.
Bobby Goldsboro, yes. Honey lived and honey, I miss you. Is that Bobby?
Right.
Anyway, so if you're a cowboy, if you're a rancher, and you come to the show, if you want to see the show, put that little chaw in between your cheek and gum, and come to the show, and you can sit on my saddle, right? We got places for cowboys to sit. We have over here on the wall, when I did cruise ships, I used blow-up dolls to sing with me. They're also good when they had the boat drill. I would put one on each arm, and I would say, floaties, get your floaties here, get your floaty. That's another story. This is my rhinestone pink guitar. I wrote a song about a rhinestone pink guitar. It was crazy. It is not in the show anymore, but that's why it's hanging on the wall, because it was just too silly, Jim. This is a dummy as if I weren't dumb enough. This is a dummy. It's a ventriloquist dummy that I had made. I mean, a comedian named Jim Teeter introduced me to a guy that makes ventriloquist dummies. So this is going to be my conscience. And so this is the best review I got at Birdland in New York. That's the review. And this year I've added, this is first come, first serve. You can sit. You can sit in a vibrating massage chair to watch my show, as if I weren't exciting enough to get you going. The chair vibrates and it gives you a massage while you're watching the John Davidson show. I mean,
well, what would you recommend, that chair or sitting on your saddle?
Could you? You can go back. You can have it all. You can do a little bit of both. It depends on what kind of the person you are. But the show, we have something for everybody. Anyway, so I'm good. I have to get up out of there. All right. Then here's my wall. Why don't you? What do you want to do? You want to move it that way?
Yeah. Yeah. Connor's doing an awesome job.
He's
on the fly.
Yeah. Mostly he runs the spot and all the light changes, and now he's just doing my iPhone. So this is my Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And all the things I've done. I played the Wizard in Wicked. I did 3 different tours over the year. I did a lot of Will Rogers, playing Will Rogers. I did 3 different productions of that over the years. And I'm closing the show with the Will Rogers song, Never Met a Man I Didn't Like, Highfalutin Chant or Bowery Bum. Will Rogers always said you can find something good in everybody. And of course, he was from the 30s where you could say, never met a man I didn't like.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they'd say, that's very sexist. What about women? What about women? Don't you like women? Of course. But back then, man meant man and women, right?
Exactly.
We're beginning to get more correct with that.
That wall is absolutely incredible, my friend. Point out a few more things for us.
All right. Okay. This is with Fran and Kathy Lee. This is from That's Incredible. Kathy Lee's so pretty, and Fran was a good buddy. Here's George Carlin, 66. He came back to do my talk show when I took over from Mike Douglas. I learned a lot from George Carlin. We come from 2 totally different worlds, but I learned a lot. Leslie Ann Warren and I starred in the Walt Disney film. Little kids come up and say, "You're the guy from Happiest Millionaire," because it's now a video. Doug Henning. I play Vegas with Doug Henning. I work with the Smothers Brothers a lot in Vegas and Reno and Tahoe. Of course, I work for Disney a lot. Here's with Mickey. Here's Bob Hope. I did several Bob Hope specials, and Carol Burnett gave me my start back on her show. Here's John Goodman. Phyllis Diller was my opening act a couple times. This is Henry Fonda and Tim Conway. Here's Sally Field. Sally Field and I did a show called The Girl with Something Extra together. What an incredible lady Sally Field is. This is my Sardi's. At the Sardi's restaurant in New York, they do cartoons of people. And they did me when I did State Fair there. I played Don Quixote in Man of La Mancha. That is I there. Happy Millionaire. State Fair, yeah. Now, these are all my albums across the top. Over here's my centerfold for Cosmopolitan, but it's folded up. I don't want you to look at it. Don't. So that was a silly thing. Then I've done a lot of Oklahoma. I played Curly and close. In this production, I decided to curl my hair, which was the stupidest thing I've ever done. I look like the guy, the father on the Brady Bunch. I can't think of his family.
Robert Reed, Mike Brady.
A little bit, right. And it was silly, but I figured the guy's name was Curly. Why not curl my hair? It was just stupid. I did an off-Broadway show with Morgan Fairchild, where I was a senator who fooled around and got in trouble. Interview with Jane Fonda up here. These are my kids when they were small. I had wetsuits made for them. I had a boat at Catalina, so I had wetsuits made for my kids. I did a tour playing Teddy Roosevelt. It's called Bully. That was fun. Here's Tony Tennille and George Burns there. And anyway, a lot of, here's Tom Selleck down here. So let me take you outside. When I knew that I was going to have Club Santa, here's the front door. Are you still there?
Yeah, we are here. Okay. We're right behind you.
Okay. So I had these guitars, had these made in Mexico. I think would that be good from that angle? Or I don't know. I had them made separately because I put them in the back of my car and then had a guy weld them together. A guy named Cox. Can't remember his first name. Might have been Dave Cox, C-O-X. And so that's our statue. Now, there are no frets. See how there are no frets? The fret is the line on the guitar. They're called frets. But so I call this sin trastes, which means no frets. It's a little bit like don't worry, be happy. No frets.
Right.
You get it?
Yes, we do.
Are you following this, Jimmy?
We are following it. Absolutely.
Okay. And so this is the barn. I mean, I dreamed of this for years, and I had no idea that it would be such a success. I'm so grateful that people remember my career, and my career was. I've been doing this for 59 years, something like that. And I just feel so lucky that I can still get a chance to sing and tell jokes. The beauty of it is, at my age, there's less peer pressure. So I mean, you Tony Orlando, and Engelbert is still singing, Tom Jones is still singing, but there's not that many. Let me put it this way: if you decide you want to see an 80-year-old man sing and tell jokes, I'm your guy. Right? I mean, there's not that many choices. So it's good. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, you're funny. You don't look a day over 40. What are you talking about?
Yes, yes, I do. So
What is it about Sandwich, New Hampshire for folks watching who are like, why did he pick Sandwich, New Hampshire? Tell us about the connection to the area for you.
Okay. All right. Long before I went out to Hollywood to do That's Incredible and Hollywood Squares and all and the Disney films, um, I I grew up in West Bridgewater, Massachusetts, which is outside of Brockton, Mass. I used to say Pakika. I got a horse in my barn, and then we kept moving. And then we went to White Plains, New York, and then I went out to California to do my career. But I've always wanted to get back to New England, so I was living in Western Massachusetts, and saw a thing on the internet for an old farmhouse that had been redone in Sandwich, New Hampshire. And I love trees as much as I love the Pacific Southwest and Arizona and California, all that. California has a lot of trees, but New England, I love pine trees. That's why I like Oregon and Washington out west, and I love Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire. So I'm back with my roots. So we bought this old farmhouse, and I discovered the little town of Sandwich. It's like Mayberry RFD. I don't know how people are coming. Obviously, it's not just people from Sandwich, because there's only 27 people or something that live here. But it's called the Lakes region. Lake Winnipesaukee here. You just got to see New Hampshire in the summer and in the winter. Our winters are really not that harsh. It's not like Alaska.
Right.
But it's we get snow and stuff, but it's just so pretty. Should we go back inside?
Yes, and tell us about some of the new exciting things happening for season 2, John.
All right. I will. So we're going to put the camera back on the pedestal, and I'll let me get oops.
Good catch. The Mets could use you.
There you go. It's my Taylor guitar that I just love. Everybody has their favorite guitar. I have 6 or 7, but this is my Taylor. Spend one night with an old guy, and you never go back to the boy. Spend one night with an old guy, let the little boys go play with their toys. I'm talking about a man who can slow down, turn your hot flashes into chills. You might need a break from his passion. You might have to hide his little pills. But don't you worry about your reputation. Oh, he'll never tell how you drove him insane. 'Cause he won't remember the things that you did. Hell, he won't remember your name. It goes along like that. It's a very funny song called Spend One Night with an Old Man. Then I've always wanted to have a sing-along, so I wrote a sing-along. Here's a little song I wrote to tell you you're in every note and every single word I swear is true. I made it just a simple song so everyone can sing along, but they don't know I'm saying I love you. It's a secret symphony, no one knows but you and me. They all think we're nothing more than friends. Hidden in the melody is a song of love for you and me, hoping that our friendship never ends. Sing it with me, Jimmy. It goes along like that. So I now have a sing-along. Oh, I wrote a song about the ocean. Give me just a moment. Come closer to the sea. By the way, Connor puts a slide of the ocean behind me on this with waves, and he's trying to find that's okay. You try to find that's okay. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So he puts a picture of the ocean. Give me just a moment. Come closer to the sea. Take a pause. Catch your breath. In this strange to feel so free. Lovers in limbo on the ocean. Who knows where we'll land? But we're bound for deeper water. So take my hand. I'm gonna sharpen all my senses. Focus them on you. Listen to your dreams. Make a plan to follow through. I have chosen this vacation just to set the world aside. I've chosen you, my partner. Hope you're ready for the ride. Before this cruise is over, let's double down on you and me. Gather all the heartache and toss it in the sea. And then, I won't sing the whole thing for you, but then I wrote a murder mystery that takes place. I wrote a mystery at one of the restaurants here in town called the Foothills, and I can't. It's a murder mystery. A lady shows up with long gray hair and a charm bracelet. And on the charm bracelet are hanging Kenny, John Denver, Andy, Elvis, and Glenn. And there's an empty space for one more singer. And she says these are little tributes to singers who've passed on. And
that's beautiful.
Well, it winds up to be scary. It becomes scary. Yeah, you'll see. And so that's it's a scary to me. What else?
Everybody's commenting that you look amazing, you look fantastic, and you look adorable.
Adorable.
That's what they're saying. I think that's the most used word this evening I'm seeing is adorable.
I didn't tell you about the mirror ball. How are you going to do it? So you can.
Oh yeah.
You remember that from the 50s? So I do the Ronnie Millsap song. Close your eyes, baby. Follow my heart. Out on the memories. Here in the dark. We'll let the magic take us away. Back to the feelings we shared when they played in the still of the night. Hold me down, hold me tight. Say, should so real, so right, lost in the 50s tonight. It's really that's a new song that I didn't do last year, and I just got so many new things I'd love to share with you. So you got to come back, Jim.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So how was it when you were on the boat, over the winter time? Somebody was asking, is Club Sandwich open all year long? But it is a seasonal venue right now. And then you sail off to
It's
Mexico.
Just weekends in the summer. I'm splitting my year half and half. I live in Sandwich 6 months of the year, and then the other 6 months I live with my son in the Sea of Cortez. It was with any boat, you have to pour money into a boat. It's just,
Yes.
and so I had to keep fixing it. It's an older boat. It's not a big boat. It's 42 feet. So the first thing I realized is that people are always working on it to keep it going. Second thing I realized that you should never go swimming alone, and you should never go boating alone. And I was there by myself, and I got some buddies there and their wives don't mind if my friend comes out and we go cruising for a day. But I couldn't do that a lot because these guys are married, and all of my son is married, of course, so he can't come out. So I found, how do I use the boat? My dream is to run naked on beaches, just have this great, I'm free, I'm on the beach. But the truth is, you need people with you to help you do that. If you're alone, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. So
Right.
I had to get used to that. But
You wouldn't have Connor filmed that now, would you?
I have a video in the show on my boat, and film me running naked on the beach. No big thing. Excuse me. But what I realized is that so a dream is better in your head than it is in your hands. But it was still great, and I'm going back in October, and I hope to invite friends now to be with me on the boat, because if you're driving the boat, and there's smoke coming from the engine room, you want to be able to say, could you check that? Could you check the engine room? If nobody's there with you, somebody's got to drive the boat while I'm checking the engine room, right? So it takes two people. I think we were meant to be together, and I'm this year my wife and I are doing different adventures, and this is my adventure, doing club sandwich and living on the boat. So I'm living by myself, and it's a great experience, but it is different to getting used to being by myself.
Do you miss all the activity of Hollywood and the craziness and all, or are you really you're living your bliss where you are right there? Because when I was there, you looked so content, so at peace, so at ease.
Was I drinking wine?
I think we went upstairs and there was wine involved, and this little friend.
Well, I can't see what you're seeing.
Oh, you can't see? It's your dog upstairs.
Oh yeah, Kaye.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Cutie.
Her name is Kaye.
Yes.
The best dog I ever had. She is doing very well in Mexico.
She's in Mexico now.
My son and his family loved her so much, and on the boat, she didn't like the boat. And so she stayed with my son and his family. And when I left, they said, could we keep her here until you come back? So yeah, she's in Mexico. Best dog I ever heard. Her name is Kaye. She's a Glen of Amal Terrier. I think it's Irish breed or something like that. But yeah.
You know, when people think of your career, because I know when you were on last time, we talked about all the career and everything, but what is probably the thing that they bring up first, know you for most? Is it the television shows, the game shows? Does that come first? Is it the music? When they stop you and say, it's John Davidson, what is the thing that they tend to bring up first?
Well, that is the weird thing about my career, that I was a theater arts major. I got a BA in theater art, went to New York City in the 60s, got into Broadway shows, and was going to be a singer. I was going to be a leading man on Broadway. I wanted to be John Raitt and Jerry Orbach, back when he was on Broadway, and who was the music man? Who was the music man? Robert Preston. Robert Preston. Well, you got trouble, my friends. Right here, I said trouble right here in River City. I wanted to be or Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman, that sort of a career. But I got sidetracked into variety television. A manager said, you ought to do it all. Let's do variety shows. Let's do a sitcom with Sally Field. Let's do everything. And I said, okay. So I learned how to tell jokes, so to do that, develop the funny side. And where was I going with this? Oh, so then when variety television stopped, Tony Orlando and Carol Burnett and Sonny and Cher, all these variety shows. Everybody had a variety show. I always had different limited series of shows. And then that all stopped. Variety stopped until the American Idol and all the talent contests. That is variety television now today. But when variety was dry, somebody said, you want to host a game show? And when they first offered Hollywood Squares, you see, I had guested with Peter Marshall originally. I sat next to Paul Lynde and Karen Valentine, and I had such a crush on Karen Valentine. And then they said about 5-6 years later, after the Disney musicals, they said, would you like to host the show? So they'd done Peter Marshall. He was the award-winning host. And I did it for like 3 or 4 years, if you include the reruns. And then my time was up. And then Tom Bergeron came along and did it for 5 years or 6 years, something like that, with Whoopi Goldberg. My center square was Joan Rivers. So yeah, I'm a jack of all trades, maybe a master of none. I'm still working on trying to do my best show. I'm not a spear. I'm more like a Swiss Army knife. What do you need? What do you need? I've got it. You want Shakespeare? I will do Shakespeare. Want a game show host? Yes. Circle gets the square. or whatever you need. If you want to be a leading man in a musical or plays, I've done some pretty serious drama.
Yeah.
And it's the versatility that's kept me going.
Right.
Right. And I love that. But other people, you mentioned Tony Orlando. You mentioned you didn't mention, but Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett does one thing and does it. Johnny Mathis, one thing and does it so well.
Yes.
Lou Rawls makes this incredible sound. That's what he does. I've always been encouraged by my manager to try to do everything.
Yes.
And it's a confusing career. It is confusing. So when people come up to me, I think they remember hosting That's Incredible, where I didn't sing, so that they're kind of surprised when I sing. My favorite show, though, would be either Hollywood Squares, because we made all 5 shows in one day, and I met a lot of famous people. And you have dinner between the Wednesday and Thursday show, and we wear out the audience, so they have to bring in a new audience. So you have a dinner, a buffet dinner. And so you meet all these incredible people. Most people in the arts are just fascinating people. They're in every business. There's people who are doing stupid things, and I've been one of those. But so I think people tend to think of me as Hollywood Squares or my talk show or That's Incredible. Those were great, but I didn't sing, so I think they're shocked when I start singing.
Yes, I think, but there's so many people and they're commenting about it too. They have your albums. They have followed you for years. George Mallory, welcome to the Jim Master Show Live. Nice to see you here, our audience international. John, can you please talk about your role on the streets of San Francisco?
Oh man, I had a manager that said, you ought to let's look for roles that are more than just boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl. I did all these things where I'd get the girl at the end, even if they had trouble. So something was different. So he found this role of a female impersonator who couldn't stop herself from becoming the woman and killing people, stabbing the guys through the heart with a hat pin. Just incredible role. This was in the 70s, so it was a topic that wasn't talked about so much. I studied with a female impersonator, and who was fabulous for like 3 weeks. Discovered a lot about how there's not that much difference always between men and women. The woman's voice. So I played a man and a woman. It was a murder mystery on the streets of San Francisco. Michael Douglas, was Carl Malden. They were so supportive because they realized they were doing something that was a little controversial. I realized that a woman's voice, Julia Child, she said, Julia Child, talk way up here like this. And then you take the onions and you put the onions in and you stir them up. But that isn't how most women speak. Most a woman's voice is up here like this. It's not down like, well, if they smoked a lot, maybe it's down like that. And some women do speak like that, and that's fine. I don't mean to. What I'm saying is that the difference. And so that we did a scene where
I love the way you go down certain roads and then you find the way to sort of detour around. I love that.
I'll walk to you. So we had this one scene in Streets of San Francisco where I was supposed to walk through the lobby of the Fairmont Hotel. And I was walking like this. I had on the dress. I was dressed as a woman. I was walking like a drag queen. And they said, no, everybody would spot you. That you're trying to make people think that you are a woman. Women don't walk like that. They don't do that thing like that. Women walk all different ways. Some women walk like a guy. There's no, So I had to learn the slight nuances of playing a woman, and it was quite a lesson. Yeah, it's great.
Of all these things you've done, my friend, is there anything that you say to yourself, gee, I wish I had done that or did more of that? Because you've done so many things. I mean, I think we were watching a rerun of Love American Style 2 weeks ago on the Decades Network. Pops on John Davidson on that too.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I did a Love Boat with Telly Savalas. That the Love Boat didn't always go out. Sometimes they faked it. They stayed at the studio. But we did a trip where we went out to Scandinavia, to Helsinki, Amsterdam, Oslo, Norway, Leningrad, Russia at the time, and Stockholm. And it was Telly Savalas and his wife Julie, and this Telly Savalas was he was a man's man, he was a ladies' man, he was just a great guy, great guy. Anyway, so now, yes, I did Love Boat, a couple of things. What was my point?
Anything that you haven't done that you...
Yes.
Really?
It's an easy answer because I really, my career has a lot of faults to it. I don't run your career like mine. I didn't spend enough time in the studio. You mentioned Tony Orlando. He tried to help me to get a hit record. He said,
he did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He took me in the studio. He even found a song for me. They call her Flame for obvious reasons. And, say it again. Say you love me again, baby. Say it again. Really like hit record poppy songs.
Yeah.
And back then, I was so Broadway. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. I was wanting to sing like Gordon McRae or John Raitt.
Yeah.
And guys like Tony Orlando, Glenn Campbell, Bobby Vinton, these guys know how to make hit records. It's a trick. And it's a great talent that I never worked enough on. I should have worked on having a big record. Say, gentlemen, Engelbert Humperdinck, please release me, love me. Tom Jones is not unusual to go and, Tony Orlando, tie a yellow ribbon. I have no signature tune. So when people come to Club Sandwich, they don't say, do your hit song. I don't have a hit song. I wish I had some identifying, you know what I'm saying?
Right, a signature song.
Yeah,
right.
I should have worked on that, but I had a manager that didn't feel that was that important because he was concentrating on being a variety television host. So I could kick myself for not getting. When I worked with the Carpenters, I got to know the Carpenters quite well. And Karen and Richard Carpenter in the studio.
Yeah, that's gold.
If you listen carefully to their records, they know how to produce it, and it's just so sharp. Their records are so well produced. That's what you got to do. You got to spend hours in the studio. I would rather be out playing Vegas and fooling around.
You're the entertainer, right? Exactly.
Yeah. So someone should have slapped me around.
Are you still writing songs? Are you still writing
Yeah.
material?
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote these songs in Mexico that I played. I tend to write comedy things, but I tend to write. I wrote a love song that I don't even know whether people can understand it, because it's a love song. I turned 80 last December. I'm 80. This hand is 80. Not so much this one, but this one is 80. So I wrote a song about a guy who loves a lady who's also older. I don't want to tell you all the lies I told before. I don't want to promise that I'll love forevermore. You don't even know me. If you did, I'm not sure you'd stay. Can you just see through me and love me anyway? I love the way you see in me the man I wanna be. And when I see that in your eyes, that's when you make me realize how much you mean to me. I mean, it's a different kind of a love song. It's not like, there's two older people that have been around before, made some mistakes, and they're just crazy about each other. And so that's where I'm at. I could go on and on about that.
Who are one of the viewers watching asked, who are some of the musical influences for you as you were coming up the ranks, those who really inspired you along the way?
Oh, man.
Lots of them, huh?
Well, yeah, I usually find something to admire about every singer that I listen to. I used to admire Glenn Campbell, the way by the time I get to Phoenix, and you fill up my senses like a night in the fall. John Denver, just the simplicity that John Denver sang with. I like the honesty of Olivia Newton-John and singers like that. I like the this is going to sound crazy now, but people like Janis Joplin that just eats up a song. Tom Jones just eats up a song, Yeah. He said, I love you till I die. She told him, you'll forget it. I got a recording of Tom Jones singing He Stopped Loving Her Today, the country tune. I love people that really get into the music. Now, my vocal coach is a guy named Vance Gilbert. If you get a chance, he's got lots of albums out. He's my coach. He's a singer-songwriter, storyteller, great songs, and he helps people to wear the song. You have to be the star of the song. If the guy says whatever he says, you are that guy. You have to be that guy. You have to own the song. It's your responsibility to get into that song. Vance Gilbert helped me with that, and you get a chance. VanceGilbert. He's amazing. He's a wonderful. Yeah.
Do you have songs that, I know you said you don't necessarily have a signature song, and some of the viewers are saying, which is true, there's still time to write one or to have a signature song for John Davidson. But are there a few songs that have always been some of your own personal favorites? Maybe they're not signature songs per se, but they are closest in representing who you are.
A guy named David Rossi. Maybe he sent me this. You never told me you were leaving. Hurt me with goodbye. But now you tell me that you're sorry. Your plan to leave is just pretend. Guess I'll have to talk to my heart and see if it wants you back again. Want you back again. Did I say yes or no? Take you back again unless you hurt me so. I think it would be a great big ballad like that. I record a song because every time I sing a love song, I'll be singing it to you. It was a song that was sent to me that they said that Elvis had recorded but never released. Every time I sing a love song, I'll be singing it to you. So it would be a love song that I would do, I guess. I don't know. And yet I love crazy songs. I wrote a song. Why do men have nipples? How come Tarzan never had a beard? Why do bars have parking lots if I can't drink and drive? Am I the only one who finds this weird? Why did Adam and Eve need navels? Your doctor's practicing on you. Why wash my bath towels unclean when I use them? What are training bras training them to do? It's a bunch of nonsense, things like that. I also like stupid songs like that. So maybe I'm not focused enough. I think I lack focus.
All these years, stage, screen, television, club sandwich, the pinnacle of it all.
Because I got bored with what I was doing. So, okay, let's do this.
Right.
Let's be a magician. Let's be a juggler. Let's be a
right.
So
you remind me of myself in many ways, and we talked about that when I was there, because I've done a lot of different things and still do a lot of different things. And now they talk about everything being niche. Pick a niche and stay in that lane and stay niche. But if you're not necessarily nichey,
I'm itchy. I'm more itchy than nichey. I'm itching to let's go to Paris. Let's go to Paris. Let's it's okay. I mean, I've had a great career. I'm so grateful for the career I've had. I'll never be big like I was, and I really was overexposed on television, and I had a great career. But now I just love singing in Club Sandwich, and I don't plan on being really big like I was or what. I just love what I do. And I'm grateful that people come to see me. And
you're still big to many people. Big and beloved.
Jim,
big and beloved.
Let's not kid ourselves. Come on. I'm not. I'm still trying to sing the song better and tell the joke better, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm loving it. I'm so lucky that I'm singing great. I love what my voice is doing now.
That's the best. The fact that, what you just said, many people never get a chance to say, or they give up on it all, or they've never, had a career that has lasted, this long, and to still be in it and still be, you could be on the boat in Mexico, have your feet in the sand. You could be doing other things. And here you are, still entertaining, still wanting to make people smile, still inspire them, still connect and relate to them. That's something that's in you, John. That's something that is fantastic. A lot of people don't do that. And a lot of people don't have the opportunity to say what you just said, as far as, I'm having a good time, I'm enjoying myself, I love what I'm doing here. You've done the pinnacle of so many different things. The fact that here you are still performing, still turning on the juice, still making people laugh, still entertaining, and you're enjoying it because you're guiding it, you're directing it. This is your baby. Jim, this isn't a network or a studio. Jim, this is your place.
Jim, that was a wonderful speech.
Well, this is I'm reading what you faxed me this morning. Did I get everything?
The truth is, it isn't just, you don't understand. This is a sickness. This is a disease. I am obsessed with doing a great show. I'm obsessed with it. After the show, I get Connor and I say, Connor, we should have done that better. We should have done it better because they didn't, we should have moved them more. We should have inspired them. We should have made them laugh more. And it could always be better. And so that's an obsession.
What does Connor say back?
He says,
I'm going home.
He says, it was an incredible show. What are you talking about? They were on their feet cheering.
Yeah. Yes.
Said, but the ending of the third song could have been a little bit right. He said, shut up.
Right. Yes. Is John Davidson a perfectionist?
Well, no, he's obsessed.
He's obsessed.
Yeah, I like working on it. I like working on what makes a good show and what moves people.
Yeah.
I like performers who grab you like this and make you and change your life with their music or their story, and who make you laugh so hard that you can't catch your breath.
Right.
So I mean, that's what I'm going for. Hey Jim, listen,
you are amazing. So tell us briefly
run out of time.
before your taxi picks you up. Tell briefly some of the folks.
Tell the limo I'll be out in just a bit. Yeah.
Give him some of the free popcorn. Tell us about some of the things that are coming up, or maybe some of the acts or what's happening at Club Sandwich.
Can you give me the record?
And right now we have the website on the screen.
Oh, great.
JohnDavidson.com/Club Sandwich.
This year, I'm presenting a magician for the first time. BJ Hickman, incredible entertainer, and he's doing a class on how to make magic. After the show, you'll learn how to make your husband disappear. It's a good trick if you want to do that. A very funny lady, Karen Morgan, is so gorgeous. She's so much fun to look at, but she's also very, very funny. And she's good for sandwich, too, if all that means. Katie O'Connell, local singer here, who's Irish, married to an Irish guy, and she's a lovely lady, has a voice like, what do they call it, velvet chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, yeah. Ellis Paul is coming, singer-songwriter. Patty Larkin. Patty Larkin's already sold out, but maybe we can get her to do an extra show. Hiroya Chukamoto. Chukamoto is a guy, he's obviously a Japanese singer-songwriter, guitarist, who does layers on, it's an incredible musical effect. If you're interested in guitar playing, you've got to see, I've got to learn his name, Hiroya Chukamoto. All I've seen is video. I've never met him, but he does amazing things. We're doing a Ukrainian benefit. Andriana Knapp is of Ukrainian heritage. She lives here in this area, and she's performing with the International String Trio. We have some class here. Peter Mulvey's coming. Heather Pearson Duo. Wonderful duo. Everybody knows them in this area. Doug Hazard, local favorite. And even with America's mentalist, John Stetson. He was here last year and just blew the place out. John Stetson can guess how big your toes are. He's just amazing. Vance Gilbert, the guy I talked about, is coming back to again. Zoe Lewis is just a nutty singer-songwriter, and then my first wife, Jackie Miller Davidson, and her boyfriend Gary, is singing. They're called Jackie and Gary Singing the Good Old Songs Again. They do all the great folk songs. They're not coming till September, but they do all the Peter, Paul, and Mary, and the Bob Dylan, and the Seekers, and who's the Canadian guy, the wreck of anyway, they do all the folk favorites. They do, and Peter, did I say Peter, Paul, Mary? Jackie and Gary singing the good old songs again. The end of it. Anyway, just a great lineup. Amy Malkoff. Amy Malkoff is the lady that books the room, and I make some decisions along with her. But she helped me to put this great collection of artists. So thank you, Amy Malkoff, for making all these deals with these people. And the whole season is, we have a sponsor this year. We are sponsored by Greystone Builders of New Hampshire. Dave and Laura Smith. This would not be possible without Greystone Builders of New Hampshire. He's a developer, has several home communities that he's built. And he's put a lot of money into our season and a lot of support. We're also going to be supporting Little Kids Rock.
Oh,
you ever heard of that, Jim?
Yes, but tell our audience about it. That's so cool.
Little Kids Rock is a New Hampshire program, but it's in almost every state. We're doing a benefit for them. And Greystone Builders of New Hampshire is going to do matching funds. Whatever we raise, they'll match it. Little Kids Rock is a program that goes into high schools and says, anybody who wants to learn an instrument, we'll get you that instrument free. Incredible.
Wow, that's so
Carlos Santana works with them, and Bonnie Raitt, and a lot of other people. Anyway, so Club Sandwich is going to be supporting Little Kids Rock this summer, doing a benefit for them on the night of, it looks like August 6th, I think. And so we're very excited about being a part of Little Kids Rock in New Hampshire.
That is so cool. And they may even get a chance to see it come in on a swing, right, too? He actually comes in on a swing.
Wait, yeah. Can you take the camera off? And you can leave the swing down. And so what I have, and we can close with this, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the best, John. Everybody's loving it.
I may not be the best, but I'm all you've got tonight. So, I'm going to sing a song while I'm on my swing on stage. And
you're just a big kid, John Davidson, and we love it. You're a big kid in adult clothing.
You got to keep moving so they can't hit you with the tomatoes. You know, if you keep moving, you can. Actually, what I sing on the swing is a very serious song. Yesterday, when I was young, the taste of life was sweet, like rain upon my tongue. I teased life as if it were a foolish game, and never saw it. I can't. I got to work on the lyrics. Anyway, come to Club Sandwich. Jim, thank you so much.
You are the best, my friend.
Thank you to all your fans. People love you, Jim. Every time I do your show, I get people say, I saw you on Masters. So good to be back.
Oh, I tell you. Well, my dad has always said, anytime anybody says something kind or nice, John, please put it in writing and address it management.
All right. Bye, everybody.
You're the best. Thank you, John Davidson. We'll see you soon, my friend. And thanks for spending all this time with us on the show. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. The one and only John Davidson here on the show. Is that not amazing? I want to show you some of the things that are coming up. Charlene says, thank you, John. And love John's attitude. Loved this show. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Jen Barry in Pennsylvania says, I want to swing. I want to swing. He's seeing all these comments. He's still seeing all the comments coming in. You are a generous soul, John. You're a generous soul. That is from Jen's mom, 1985. Cindy says his enthusiasm for life is infectious. Like in the movie Harry Met Sally, I'll have what he's having. Austin Field says a very funny episode. Charlene Lee says, thanks for the entertainment, John, and your kind and generous heart. You are talented and can have any dream you wish. This is really beautiful. Linda Odell in Florida says, thanks, Jim, for having John on your show. Don't know how you do it. Thank you for everything you do for us. Also, thank you, John, for coming on Jim's show and sharing your life and career with all of us. You are truly amazing. You still have an amazing voice. So enjoy listening to you. Please come back to see us soon. Really nice. Marsha Watson, what a fun show. Thoroughly enjoyed meeting John again. Have a great evening. Let's see. Mary Bishop in Florida. You're just wonderful, John. Going to make it a point to get to Club Sandwich while visiting the family in Boston. Good stuff. She's coming up from Florida just to see you, which is really, really nice. Great
No, no,
comments.
no. She has family here. It's not just a city. Listen, I gotta go, Jim. I'll say goodbye.
You're the
Thank you.
best. John,
Thanks.
thanks for everything. You take care and have a good night, okay?
Okay. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. He's the best, isn't he? Really, really fantastic. He's getting ready for they're opening real soon on the 24th of June. That's like next week. So he's got a lot to do. He's really amazing. He's the best. And there is johndavidson.com/club sandwich. His website itself is johndavidson.com, but /club sandwich. And as I mentioned, I was there last year. We drove up to New Hampshire. And it was absolutely epic. It was fantastic. We had my hair was longer then. That was during the pandemic. Everybody was growing their hair longer. It's still longer now, but not that long. And he was just epic. And we all went up. We had a great time. Then we went upstairs and met some friends and had some cocktails and great conversation. And of course, me working in television and radio and broadcast and all, had some wonderful conversations with John when we were there about the industry, about shows he's hosted. And of course, his amazing Broadway career and everything. He's so humble, isn't he? He's he's beloved. You know what I mean? He says, I'm not going to be as big as I was. He still is. Just ask people, who have followed him for years. So we were there. We visited Club Sandwich, and these are some of my photos when we were there. Wasn't it cool? He took us outside exclusively, and he explained all those guitars, which are actually sitting right in front of this beautiful historic building. There I am there, but right in front of Club Sandwich, and this was inside. Now you can see he's done some different changes a little bit, some of the chairs and different things like that. There's also music and t-shirts and there's popcorn. There's all kinds of cool things that are there. But he performs on the weekends, and then he brings in all kinds of different acts on Thursdays. So Thursdays are the different acts, singers, magicians, a lot of different people. And then he's on the weekends too. And also they are also live streaming too, which is something new. So if you're not able to go to Club Sandwich, they also do live streaming. So John, I tell you, is one of my favorite people. And as I mentioned, if you were with us last night, we had Tony Orlando on, and he was amazing. We've had Melissa Manchester, Lucy Arnaz, so many fabulous people. John, I tell you, I loved having conversations with him because he's funny, he's affable, he's witty, he rolls with it. And he's just really a nice guy. And, all these guests that I have come on the show are such wonderful people. And of course, John from That's Incredible and Time Machine and Hollywood Squares. And of course, movies and stage and film and all the music, again, we told you about as well. And so much more. I mean, if you didn't see a TV show in the 70s or the 60s, that he wasn't on, either a guest star or whatever it may be, he just really graced the stage, the screen, and so much more, and the studio in such beautiful ways. You guys have been really on fire, and we thank you very much for all these great comments and all the levity. John, aware of all of this as well. And again, he does come in on that swing, and he did it for us tonight exclusively on the Jim Masters Show Live. We always have a good time here. Every show is something different, and we're working hard behind the scenes to entertain, inspire, inform, educate, and have a fantastic time. And so glad that my friend John Davidson popped on the show for a second time. If you didn't see the episode we did, he was with us last year. We did an extended conversation. You can check that out as well. Talked about his career and so much more. And he gave us a tour of Club Sandwich then too, but he really gave us an extended exclusive tour, which was really, really all encompassing. It's located in Sandwich, New Hampshire. That is in the beautiful Lakes region of New Hampshire. It's very historic. It's very New England. It's very beautiful. The White Mountains, and North Conway is not too far. Matter of fact, when we went, because you got to book early, especially in the summer and the fall, that's a very popular area for tourists, and it's just a beautiful area. So a lot of the places to stay were already booked. So we stayed in North Conway, which is a little bit just north of Sandwich, New Hampshire, which is over by the lakes. And it was beautiful where we were too. And we went up to Mount Washington. So we made a vacation out of it. And we had dinner. There's a wonderful restaurant right next door to John Davidson's Club Sandwich. And we had dinner there. And then, we parked our car at Club Sandwich. And we walked right next door to the restaurant, had a fabulous dinner, and then walked right, through the bushes right into Club Sandwich. It was convenient. And we saw several mutual friends, some TV colleagues were there. Marsha Watson. What a fun show tonight. Thoroughly enjoyed meeting John again. Thank you, Marsha. Appreciate that as well. You guys are terrific with all these great comments. If you would like to see this episode again, or any of the almost 700 episodes we have done of our entertainment lifestyle variety talk show series, you can see them all here on our YouTube channel. Now, many of you ask, because I work in television and radio, and I have for years, and I'm a host and a journalist and personality presenter and an actor and voiceover artist, all these things that I do. John's talking about all the different hats he's worn, and he's, mastered so many different things. For me, John Davidson has always been one of my favorites, because like Dick Clark, he was always like Regis Philbin, like some of them who've always been able to do a lot of different things. Tony Orlando, who was on last night, if you didn't see that episode, somebody who also did so many different things. He was a record company executive at 23 years old for Columbia Publishing. And he had the TV show and stage and Broadway and countless millions of albums, 70 million albums. Same thing. It's like with John Davidson, even though he's humble about it, he has done so many things. And I think that's what's great about it too. Instead of just being a singer, just being an actor, just hosting the game shows, whatever came his talk show. Remember, we talked about that the last time he was on a little bit more. But the talk show, the John Davidson show, which replaced the Mike Douglas show, was very popular. I believe it was on CBS, and he had all kinds of guests on. Very funny episode from Austin. Thank you very much. And Cindy says his enthusiasm for life is infectious. Now, we saw that earlier, like Harry Met Sally. You're so right. And but for me, as far as people that are public figures, people who are real television people, personalities, he's one of my personal favorites. I've always followed his career. So I love when he comes on, because sometimes, we talk shop, we talk about TV, we talk about, the industry and everything. But then it gets into like these humorous situations. And I enjoyed you, Jim J. Bullock, Shadow Stevens, Joan Rivers on Hollywood Squares. So all of them on Hollywood Squares. Absolutely. And you loved Girl with Something Extra. And thank you, John. Take care. He'll see this. He can see this right now, actually, because they have the hook in to our system, to the show. He could see the show right now while he's there. And we thank Connor, who did such great camera work, because Connor wasn't sure where John was going to go. He took us throughout the inside. He took us outside, which was exclusive and very cool. We really appreciate John Davidson doing that for us and for you. Again, like I say, if you're watching us for the first time, I like to do this like it is a television show, where we just took you on location to Club Sandwich with John Davidson. You know what I mean? I like to do this like a television show, talk show you would have seen years ago, with the warmth and conversation and all the levity and all the different things we do, and the topics and guests and all the interaction. You guys are our viewers, our Lovity Squad, but you are like our studio audience. if we were in a television studio together, you would be the television studio audience right across from us. And so I see you guys as the studio audience, part of the show, which I think is fantastic. And Jane says, thank you, John. Thanks, John, for being here tonight. So fun to listen to your memories, life story. Fantastic. Thanks, Jim. This was an awesome, great show. Thank you very much. And thanks to everybody who's been sharing the links too on their social media, the YouTube. You can share the episodes on your social media. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. If you love this episode, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. We would absolutely love that. That helps us grow. It helps us continue to deliver all these great episodes and all this massive content your way live with these epic shows. Jim, you both have dimples. Jen's mom, 1985. Both John and I passed down. Him too. And it's fantastic. You guys are great. And Dennis says he thinks he looks younger now, that John looks younger. That's kind of cool. John would love hearing that. He said he was 80. Hard to believe. He's got the energy of half his age. You know what I mean? He's got a thirst for life too. And what I said, which I think was really cool, if you caught what I said, one of the great things that he said was that he was having a good time. He was enjoying himself. And I think that's very important to hold on to because, he's been in this business. He said, what do you say, 58, almost 60 years, like Tony Orlando, 60 years. Lucy Arnaz, over 50 years. Some of the guests we've had recently, Melissa Manchester, decades. And to be able to still be doing what they do, loving it, and now doing it on their terms. You know what I mean? They're doing it on their terms, as often as they want or not often. They're doing it on their terms, and that's a beautiful thing. And that didn't come without sacrifice and blood, sweat, and tears. So good stuff. Cindy says, being alive. That's I like that. What a nice guy. He sure is. Absolutely. He's always welcome here. Keep the porch light on for him. Love when he's here. Wow, so nice. And of course, who else was here too? Mr. George Burns. He mentioned George Burns too. George had a fantastic time. And he worked with George Burns. He showed us that picture and that little shrine there in Club Sandwich. So George remembered it well. It was good show, wasn't it? It sure was, Jim. He's always having a good time. He's always down there with his martini and his cigar. Hi, all lovelies from Jen. Great show. Thank you, Jim. From Kathleen Walker in New York City. Wow, so nice. From Jen's mom, 1985. We welcome all the new folks who are joining us today as well. And of course, all of our lovelies. Dennis says, asks about seating capacity, 44. He mentioned 44 people. So it's nice. It's sizable enough, but intimate. And all those chairs that you saw, the chairs are very, very comfortable. There's a lot of really cool, there's like sofas and chairs. You can see a little bit there on this photo that I took when we were there last summer. See all those comfortable chairs, and it's really comfy. And there's no two chairs that are similar at Club Sandwich. And it's unique what he's created here. And again, something very, very special. It was a pleasure to get up there to New Hampshire last summer to see him. And we had so many laughs and great conversations. And it was really, really absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And if you go, you'll have a great time as well. Tell him Jim Masters sent you, of course. Maureen says, we're happy to have you in the lovely squad. Jen's mom, 1985. Yes. John's also, I have to tell you, John's been very, very publicly complimentary of my work. And I have to say on the air here, I thank him so very much for that. He's been saying things about my work to others and publicly saying it and posting and saying, And I just thank him so much for that. That means the world to have him say the things he's been saying. So, and it hasn't been unnoticed, duly noted. And I thank you so much, John. Really, really means a lot to me. He's a good guy, isn't he? Have him back, Jim. He's great. I agree. From Jane in Sweden. Very energetic. What an inspiration. Absolutely. And Kathleen is here as well. Hey, gang, I want to show you a couple more fabulous things. Again, as we mentioned, Epic Night last night as well. If you missed it, the one and only Tony Orlando was here last night. We had a great time. As John had mentioned, Tony Orlando was here last night, and recently Melissa Manchester and Lucy Arnez was with us. Check all those episodes out. Barbara Brighton is coming soon, legendary comedian from Las Vegas. She does an amazing Joan Rivers. I want to let you know tomorrow, what an amazing story we have. We have Kelly Speck. She wrote this book, Hope in the Heartache, and it's really a journey of grace and growth with a special needs child. It's a beautiful story, and she is going to be with us tomorrow. It's going to be very moving, very inspiring. As I said, every episode of our show is something special, unique. It leaves us feeling good about life. And Kelly is a beloved author, and she's going to be with us tomorrow to tell her story. We cannot wait. On Friday, we have one of the most acclaimed mezzo-sopranos of our time right now. She is in high demand. Ticina Bond, acclaimed mezzo-soprano, is actually going to be with us on Friday. We cannot wait. She's all excited. She's going to be here Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss it. She's been with the Metropolitan Opera and so much more. And she's a beautiful person inside and out. She'll be here Friday. So Kelly is here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Ticina is here on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Then on Saturday, we have another legend, former Teen Idol, award-winning and renowned drummer, actor, and singer Gary Private's going to be with us as well. That is on Saturday. Cannot wait for that. He is a legend as well. Lots of music, and you're going to love having him on the show. Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. On Monday, we've got another legend who has written music for some of the most well-known artists of our time, Stephen John Kalinich. He's going to be here. Renowned American poet and lyricist. Wait till you hear when he's here the incredible amount of music that he has been responsible for. Of course, he has his own, but he has written some of the most epic songs of our time. He's here on Monday on the Jim Masters Show Live. He's very excited. Matter of fact, he's so excited to be here with me and all of you. He actually changed a flight. He is flying back from a project, a music project, and he actually is changing his flights. So he'll be here on Monday for all of us. Isn't it amazing? They had booked him for another date, and then the airline canceled it, and then he had to scramble. And he said, instead of saying, well, the airlines changed the date, I can't come on, he said, no. I'm having the airline make sure that I get to where I need to be back home so I can be on your show on Monday. Isn't that amazing? He's rearranging his flights so he can be with all of us here on the Jim Masters Show on Monday. That's classy people, I tell you, here on the show. Another great show. Thanks, Jim. Good to have you with us. Like I say, we don't do interviews here. We do conversations. We have a good time, lots of entertainment. Thank you very much, Jen. Thank you very much, Mary. And Cindy, so nice to see you here as well. And kudos to you, Jim. Your interviewing style brings out the best in people. You ask the questions we want to ask, and you put them at ease. Great job. Thank you, Cindy, I appreciate that so very, very much. Marty Thompson is here. Thank you, Marty. Great show, mate. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate that as well. And you want JMS merch, right? We've got our design, and we should have something, I'd say, probably in about a month. I know you want shirts and hats and all kinds of things for the Jim Master Show Live. So I'm very excited to tell you, I'd say in about a month. Don't forget, we also have our Lovity cruise going to Bermuda next May. If you want to know about our Jim Master Show Lovity cruise, and you don't have to be in a romantic mood to go. We call it Lovity because we say our show has a lot of lovity. And that's next May. Let us know. You can reach out to us and we can tell you more about it. Our travel agency has been fielding all the calls and questions and everything from our viewers, and that is fantastic. I know it's really beautiful. He's done it in so many different ways, and I appreciate John doing that. Kind-hearted guy and a class act on many levels, and he's very funny. He's quick-witted, and I love that. X gets the square. You know it. Cullen Fields. Let's see now. Is that a play off possibly the game show hosts? Yeah, it's Bill Cullen. And yeah. Thank you all, and Jim, for all you do. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And really, really. I have a bunch to check out here. Tomorrow's looks special too. Yeah, a lot of almost 700 episodes to go back and enjoy and binge watch at your leisure. Longtime fan here, as was your mother, for John Davidson. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much as well. Thanks for all these great comments, all this lovity. Our studio audience, our JMS Lovity Squad and studio audience. Jane says in Sweden, when you turn 80, Jim, you'll be here for us, and we'll be here, and you're going to look as young as today, right, Jim? Yes. When I'm 80, yes, I guarantee I will do that. I will definitely do that. I may move my chair back a few feet when I'm 80. I might, move back a ways a little bit. Maybe. Hopefully not. And Jed in Pennsylvania, the mountains of Pennsylvania, says, I wish hope I can save up for the lovely cruise. I've never been on a cruise. Oh, yes. They've made it very affordable too. And you guys asked to do something like that. So we're going to go to Bermuda, something easy breezy. It's off the coast of the United States, leaving from New York. JimMastersTV@gmail.com. That's JimMastersTV@gmail.com. Write us if you want to know more. We'll put you in touch with our travel agency, Quinpenzer Travel. They're based in Connecticut. They do all kinds of incredible travel. They are one of the best in the business, and they've designed this just for the Jim Masters Show family, for the crew, for me, for the viewers, some of our guests wanting to go on the show as well, guests you've seen here on the show, which I think is fantastic and really, really beautiful. So you guys are great. Thank you so much. Again, if you enjoyed this episode, we always say, give us a like. There is a thumbs up icon on our YouTube channel. Give us a hearty like. The thumbs up sort of looks like that. And give us a like. Leave a comment. Drop a comment on the YouTube channel as well. Leave us a comment on the YouTube channel. We would absolutely love that. That means the world to us. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have, we thank you so very, very much. If you haven't and you love what we do, it really helps us. There's no cost. You're just letting us know that you enjoy what we do here at the Jim Masters Show Live. You see a red button on our YouTube channel. Looks like that. Just click that. And don't forget to click the notification bell as well, because when you click the notification bell, you'll keep abreast of all of our episodes, all of our fantastic events, pop-up shows. Hey, we just took you on location to beautiful New Hampshire by way of our buddy John Davidson, legend in so many ways. Again, you should check it out if you get a chance to go. It is well worth a visit, and there's so many fantastic events. It is seasonal. Yes, it is seasonal. So, and it does sell out. Like he said, the first weekend is already sold out. So season 2 is happening. It runs from June 4th to October 2nd. That's when they have it. And they have it on weekends, Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. Sundays, they do like a senior matinee at a senior rate, which is kind of cool too for those who would like to partake in that. And you get a chance to see a legend come in on a swing. And his jokes are funny too. The jokes are funny. Cool stuff. Thank you, Maureen. Nice to have you here as well. May your dreams be sweet to you as well. And everybody that's watching, we thank you very much for watching us here. And again, we'll be back tomorrow. We've got many, many more epic shows coming up for all of you right here on the Jim Masters Show Live, entertainment, lifestyle, variety talk show series. Now, around here, gang, as we say, we don't say goodbye. We say see you later. Ciao, cheers, slancha, hasta la vista, auf Wiedersehen, shalom, sayonara, take it easy, be well, and all the rest. Be well, take care, be good to one another, love one another. And if the days get rough and the news is difficult to digest, we're here for you right here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. If we're not live, go watch one of our previous episodes. It'll make you feel good. You'll learn something, you'll laugh, and we'll all be together, whether it's Memorex or it's live. For those of you who are watching this later when it's not live, thank you very much as well. It means the world to us that you watch these episodes at your leisure, when you have time to watch. Just the fact that you're watching and viewing what we're doing here, that means the world to us as well. So we thank you and you and you and you as well. Whether you watch live or you watch later, we value every single one of you. Charlene Lee, we love having you here. It's good to see you as well. All the lovedies. See you tomorrow. Jen's Mom 1985. We love hearing that as well. Nice, nice, nice. Bermuda's beautiful, isn't it? I love Bermuda. We've gone there twice. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jen and Pam. And really, really nice. Really, really fantastic. Good stuff. You guys are terrific. All of you. And thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the lovity. And we will see you on the next one. This is Jim Masters here, your host, thanking you and you and you and you for your time this time till next time. And thanks for watching the Jim Masters Show live series. It means the world to us. Spread the word. Tell everybody you know about what we're doing here. Tell them to tune in and enjoy and subscribe and just have a good time and give us a thumbs up. All right. That's it. That's a wrap. Stay right here. If you're not watching live, you're watching this later, stay right here. Another episode comes right up. Otherwise, for those watching live, we'll see you on the next one. And we look forward to that. We always look forward. I look forward to sitting in this host chair, producing this series, and greeting and entertaining and inspiring all of you in the way that we do, because you inspire me. Your comments. I mean, you guys write privately on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, emails. You tell us how much the series means to you and why you enjoy it. And that means the world to us. So we thank you very, very much. All right, gang. We'll see you soon. Okay. Thanks for watching this episode and all the ones you enjoy. We love you and we'll see you on the next one. Be well. Take care. Cheers.